Hey guys, I am back with another vlog. I know it's been a while. I think the last vlog that I posted was on Thanksgiving, and that it's been like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and so much has happened since then. So much. um I didn't anticipate how much would actually go on from the week of Thanksgiving to today, which I'm recording this on December 14th of 2021. And I wanted to do maybe a walk and talk outside, go by the beach. It's pouring rain here in Southern California. So that is totally not happening. So you are in my living room, family room right now, and I'm speaking to you about my twin flame journey week by week. This is a new series that I'm doing, a little vlog series, and it's still new, so I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure like what I want to share, what I want to talk about. So let's just start with updates. So there has been some twin flame movement in since I spoke to you last, and in my story, my twin flame story. That's what we're talking about, right? There has been some positive momentum, positive movement. I was checking in with my angels to see if I can share that momentum or movement with you. And apparently, I can't share it yet. I always like to check in with angelic guidance before I share something personal from my personal story. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to share it. It just means that not now, like not right now. I can't share. But I will talk about like events and circumstances kind of around the positive momentum in the right direction, and this positive momentum happened like miraculously. It was really a miracle. So I'm actually very anxious to talk about it. And I can't just yet, but I promise you, and sometime in the future, I will talk about it. But it was pretty incredible. And so let's see what happened since Thanksgiving. Since Thanksgiving, I had a birthday, and then the next day, my dad died. And it was like, I was like riding on this euphoric high from my birthday and all the events that took place the day before my birthday. That day on my birthday, I just had this like amazing influx of friends and people that came out to be with me on my birthday, and people that organized things for my birthday. And then, of course, there was like some kind of miracle that occurred as well around that time. So for a couple of days, like December 1st and December 2nd, I was like riding on this high. I was like, this is amazing. The universe is like coming together and celebrating my birthday with me. And then I got the text December 3rd in the morning that my dad had passed. And this is for everyone out there. This had been something that was long coming. But of course, like hearing that one of your parents passed away, of course, is just, you can never totally be prepared for that news. So I've been dealing with that for the past 2 weeks. And I don't know, like the emotions or the emotional shutdown, it seems for me. Like it felt more like an emotional shutdown than anything else. Like I couldn't process. And I still think I have not processed. So I don't know. Maybe it'll hit me sometime, but I think it's been like a little bit of processing at a time, but mostly emotional shutdown. It's really strange because I didn't know I was going to react that way. But let's get out of a more serious note and move into what I really want to talk about on my twin flame journey week by week. And like I said, this might not be an every week blog or vlog. Did I just say blog? An every week vlog. It might be like, I don't know, every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. Who's to say? Who's to say at this point? Already from Thanksgiving vlog to today's vlog, like so many things happened that, whatever, life is unpredictable. What I do want to talk about, and this is like something, this is more for you, like me questioning this. And what I would love from you guys is some feedback on what you think, and also like maybe from your story. So the thing I was thinking about on my twin flame journey are signs and synchronicities. Like those are the two things that were like crazy. And they like signs and synchronicities have actually been really crazy from the beginning of my twin flame journey, but really more once my twin flame and I stopped seeing each other romantically. And this was pretty soon after we started. So, and I talk a lot more about that in my boot camps. I talk a little bit about it in this channel, like on various videos in the channel. And I know it's hard because I have like probably over 500 twin flame videos alone. So I know it's really hard to like, oh, how am I going to sift through 500 videos and find that story? So sorry about that. I just don't even know where they are. So I would tell you, but I don't know. So signs and synchronicities started pretty heavily, probably from January of 2019 forward. And I've had some crazy signs. Like I've had totally some really, really out of the world crazy signs. Like signs that it's like, even if you wanted to make up these signs, there is no way I could ever make that up. Now, some of it, I've been like, well, maybe I am making this up. Maybe I am making this up in my head. So I think I might have mentioned to you guys, like back in September of this year of 2021, I had this sign that was like insane that happened. And like I can't tell you, well, I'm not going to share with you my twin flame's name, but my twin flame has a rather unusual name for a first name. It can be a kind of common last name, but for a first name, it's fairly like it's unusual as a first name. And I was at like it was back in September. I was in a Spanish meetup, like Spanish speaking meetup, and I was trying to explain in Spanish to this girl what I did for a living, the fact that I was a YouTuber and I did videos on twin flames. And she was sharing with me that she thinks that she met and is engaged to her twin flame. And she was explaining that there were a lot of difficulties and weird stuff that had happened. And so she was like, yeah, I am engaged to my twin flame. I'm fairly certain of that. And then she asked me if I was with my twin flame. And this was again, September 2021. And I said, no, sadly, no, I'm not with my twin flame. And then she said, well, I'm really sorry. And she was like really sincere. And I just looked at her matter of factly and I said, oh, no, don't worry. That's okay. Like my twin flame's going to come back to me. And at that very moment, a guy walked by me, like in front of my face, like in between this girl and I. This guy, this random dude, walked by me with my twin flame's name on his t-shirt. He had like a jersey. It was like a soccer jersey. But my twin flame's name was on this guy's jersey. And I was like, what are the chances of that? And like I said, my twin flame is a fairly unusual name. I was like so astounded at the very moment that I said, my twin flame's coming back to me. This guy walks in front of me with my twin flame's name on his jersey. And so I actually made the guy sit down. I said, can you please, like, can I take a picture of your jersey? And this guy probably thought it was insane. I was like, no, this has meaning for me. So can I take a picture of your jersey? And I actually did. It was really nuts. But right before the positive momentum with my twin flame connection, since the last time I vlogged, I was seeing crazy signs and synchronicities. Notably, what I was seeing was my twin flame's favorite football team up on a TV screen. Now, I go to the gym every single day. As I mentioned last night, I go to the gym pretty much every day. And I always start off with some cardio and then I go to weights. Not all the time. Sometimes I just run the whole time on the treadmill, but there's like a billion TVs in front of the cardio equipment. So different stations, different TVs. And a couple of the TVs, you know, they have sports channels, and even the gym TV tends to give like the scores of the football teams or whatever teams happen to be playing. And also like the upcoming games or matches that are playing. And so right before my birthday, probably like a week before, I had been every single day at the gym, no matter what time I was looking up at the TV screen because I was on cardio equipment. I would always see my twin flames football team, the one that he likes. And it's not from California, just to let you guys know, because that would be more logical if it was a football team from Cali, since I live in SoCal. Like, that would be like, oh, of course that team would be flashing on the screen. But no, my twin flames favorite team is not from California. So it was like every single time for like a week, every time, and it could be several times in the one time I was at the gym. Like, it could be several times. I just like look up and I see his team right there. And I was like, what? That is crazy. And so, like, what I want you guys to comment on is like, I was thinking to myself, well, at this point, since it was happening every day, at this point, maybe I'm just kind of looking for it. Like, maybe my reticular activating system, RAS, in the brain is looking for it. It's kind of like, let's say you're looking to get pregnant, and before you were looking to get pregnant, like you were like thinking about, oh, I want to have a baby. And I know that's might be a bad example, but I know this happens. So like if you've been thinking about having a baby and like right before that, you never noticed pregnant women, but then all of a sudden, once you decide, hey, I want to have a baby, you see pregnant women everywhere. And that's kind of like the reticular activating system, like making you notice things that you normally wouldn't notice. So I was thinking like, well, maybe I'm just seeing my twin flames football team on these TV screens because it's been happening for like 3 or 4 days now. And so maybe I'm just like, my brain is kind of like tuned into that and looking for it. So I was like, well, maybe it's a sign, maybe it's not a sign. I don't know. So that happened for an entire week. Now, of course, not giving you detail, but there was that positive momentum. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes total sense now. But what was interesting is that after that, I tested my theory and I was like, well, maybe if it is really my reticular activating system, then maybe I'm just aware of my twin flames football team and maybe it's just going to happen. So what was interesting though is after my birthday, I've been at the gym pretty much every day since. And every time I look up at the TV, I can't even find my twin flames favorite football team on the TV anywhere. I can't even, like, it's never come up on the TV screen ever since post my birthday, which is crazy. I'm like, okay, maybe that actually was a series of signs and it wasn't the RAS and it was meant to be and it was meant to happen and totally crazy. So here's another sign, again, which is totally out of the ordinary, weird. I was researching because I'm going to Florida on Friday with my family. And I was researching facial creams, like sunscreen facial creams with SPF 30 or 50 or something because I'm going to Florida. And I was researching it. So I just put like best SPF sunscreen for face. And an article came up and it was like, whatever, 21 or 14 or 15, I don't know, best moisturizers with SPF for face. So I clicked on one of the articles and of course there was a lot of SPF moisturizers that I had to go through in this article because I'm trying to find the best one. And so I get to the first one and I'm reading the paragraph underneath the first one. And all of a sudden it says, my twin flame's name recommends, and then blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, that is really weird. So then I scroll to the top of the article and I look at the authors and neither one of the authors have my twin flame's name. And I'm just like, okay, that's really strange. So I scroll through and I go to like the next one and I realize that my twin flame's name is all over this article and it has nothing to do with my twin flame, but like his name is all over this article recommending moisturizers with SPF. And so then now I'm really curious because I'm like, and I studied journalism. So I do know that when you mention like a source once after the first time you mention a source, the second time and every subsequent time, you just use the person's last name. So you don't use you don't say like Mary Smith says, and then Mary Smith says, and Mary Smith says. You always just say Smith recommends blah, blah, blah. And so I know this from being, having studied broadcast journalism, like I know this, but it was really weird because I didn't actually see where the person's name who had my twin flame's name. Now, remember, I said that my twin flame's name most often shows up as a last name rather than a first name. It's kind of like when a lot of the parents started naming their kids Madison or Jackson as a first name when traditionally they were always last names. So I was like, now I'm curious because I'm seeing my twin flame's name everywhere when I was just looking for a recommended moisturizer. And so then I did find it in the first paragraph, but it was kind of hidden. But I guess it was a name of a dermatologist that was recommending, but it was just hilarious how I just picked some random article from Google that I randomly I just selected moisturizer with SPF. That's it. And I just happened to click on the article, and it had my twin flame. It had my twin flame's name in the article. I think it was 7 times. So I was like, what the heck? This is so crazy. And that was something that occurred just a few days ago. So it was after my birthday. And it was like totally, totally nuts. So I am still seeing the signs and synchronicities. The other thing that I want to ask you guys, and this is just like my own personal curiosity, because like for me, experiencing signs, it tends to come in clusters. Like sometimes it comes like where every single solitary day I'll see like tons of signs. I'll see angel numbers. Like today so far, I've seen 1010 twice. I've seen 1111 once, and I saw 111, like 111. And so sometimes they'll come in major clusters where I'll just see a crazy amount of signs. And then sometimes it'll be a sign and synchronicity vacuum where there is absolutely no sign to be found. Like it'll be nothing. And even when I'm like, okay, where are the signs? Like, is my twin flame even like thinking about me or around? But what I do want you guys to comment on is like, for me, it's very difficult, and it has been very difficult over the past 3 years to decipher if I'm seeing a lot of signs, like what do I need to do? Does it mean that my twin flame is thinking about me? Does it mean that reunion is close? Does it mean that my angels have a message for me? Does it mean that I need to connect in the 5D with my twin flame? Like, I'm not really super solid on what it means when I receive clusters of signs. And I don't know if it's just like, oh, we're just sending you those signs so you remain hopeful, so you can have hope. And I think certainly that's in most cases, I kind of feel like that is the reason, is because my angelic guidance just wants me to remain hopeful and not give up on the journey and not abandon and not get frustrated with the journey. And so, yeah, I'm curious to see like what you guys have found in your twin flame journeys, like when you receive so many signs and synchronicities, or you receive clusters of them. Does something happen after that? Like, obviously for me, when I saw my twin flame's favorite football team on the TV screens for like a week straight, obviously something did happen, but I have had instances like that where I had very significant signs that were very tied into my twin flame, and absolutely nothing happened. So in the 3D, of course, right? In the 3D, nothing happened. So I'm still a little bit confused as to why at times do we receive clusters of signs and why we receive no signs, and like what are the meanings behind the clusters of signs that you actually do receive. So if you guys have an answer to that, I'd like to know, because I really don't know. It still like really confuses me, because I'm like, all right, thanks for all the signs. What does that mean? So it's interesting, but I don't have an answer to that. So that is my update for my twin flame journey week by week. as I mentioned, I will be in Florida from the 17th through the 25th. So, hey, maybe I'll put out a vlog when I'm in Florida. I don't know. I will certainly be around a lot of people, so I don't know if I'll be able to get away to do a mini vlog. But yeah, so thanks so much for joining me, guys. If you're new to my channel, thanks for subscribing below and click on that bell. And you might want to get notifications of when I have a next video coming up. And if you like the vlog, any part of it, even if you like 30 seconds of it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.